What is more important to your boss? Is it working hard or is it working smart? And what's the difference? In today's video, we're talking about this because what's really important to bosses varies by the job that you're in. And as I've been hiring people, as I've had to make different decisions recently with employees, one of the key factors we have to figure out is what is going to be a good fit for the company. And as I thought back to this last night, I was thinking about myself in my earlier career days as I was a salesperson, thinking about, did working hard actually accomplish the goals of my company? And I think that is step number one. Anytime you join a company, anytime you're part of a group, anytime you hire employees, you need to find out what the goal is for that employee or for yourself. What is your boss's goal for you? Do they want you to just show up every day and to work as hard as you can, or are there certain corporate goals? There are different type of careers that we all engage in. The first one that we usually all start in is some sort of an entry-level job, and it may be a restaurant work, it may be warehouse work, as I did when I was first starting out. And in the warehouse, what my bosses wanted was someone just to get the stuff on the shelves and then get the stuff from the shelves to the showroom floor. I worked at a department store in the warehouse. My employer wanted people to get out there and hustle to get stuff off the trucks, get it loaded on the shelves, be accurate, and then when they needed it on the storeroom floor, they needed someone to pick it from the shelves and get it out to the floor. Hard work in that instance was exactly what they needed, but it also needed to include a component of accuracy. Where this really came to my mind also is I've had employees in the past who are working hard. They were doing stuff all day long, but whether that stuff was effective or whether that stuff was accurate really depended on the employee. So when you start any type of a job, for example, if it's an entry-level job, it may be working hard, it may be busting your butt, just getting stuff done. However, when you transition into different types of jobs, we all are usually wanted to work smarter by our employers versus just showing up and making activity. Our activities need to be productive. It needs to be something where we're helping further the company goal. The best way to figure this out is to ask your boss, what are the goals? What are the keys? If you're in a sales role, generally, if you have a good company that you work for, as long as you're exceeding the goals, the sales targets, and getting good quality customers on board, they're not necessarily going to care how you're doing the job, especially in an outside sales role. If you're exceeding all of the other salespeople's productions, but you're not necessarily making sales calls every single hour, that shouldn't be your boss's care as long as you're achieving your goals. However, if you're in a role where you need to be let's say you're a receptionist at work and you need to be at your desk and answering the phone and getting things filed and getting things done where they need them to be done, then you being in that location is critical. So understanding your company's goals should be step number one. Step number two then is to find out the best way to accomplish it. What kind of systems can you put in place for yourself? Or what kind of systems does your company already have in place that you can use to become more productive? Productivity versus the amount of hours that you're putting into something is the goal. Yes, we'll all need to probably work the full workday, but we can become much more productive by utilizing systems and accomplishing the goals as opposed to just looking at random activity. Now, I did find something on Indeed.com, so let's hop over there and take a look at this. Indeed.com, of course, is a website where you can go to find a new job, or employers can go to find employees. And here's some things that they talk about in the work hard versus working smart categories. Number one, be innovative. Focus on innovation instead of just staying complacent. Now, you've got to be careful with this because employers are usually welcoming innovation as long as it improves productivity and makes more money for the company. But if it's just something where you're doing something different and you're not accomplishing your goals, don't be innovative. Only be innovative if it's changing and benefiting the company and making you more productive. Conduct research, absolutely. This is something that I used to do as a salesperson all the time. You're always finding out information about your competitors. People should be able to do this in any role, of course, with a caution to not steal corporate secrets or do anything like that, but conduct research. Ask your customers what they want. Ask people what they're doing that makes them better. By doing research, we can find new skills that make us more important. Join the right industry. This is critical. You need to join something that you at least believe in, that you can get behind. You don't want to join a product or join a company that does stuff the way that you don't agree with or is not productive or makes you feel bad every day. joining the right industry, and I'm going to take this one step further, joining the right company with the right product line. In the sales world, and in any type of company, honestly, you will find there are some companies that have a product that's easier to sell, and some have a product that's harder to sell. Some have products with very thin profit margins, and some have products with very thick product margins. And those can be in the same industry. I have seen companies that sell the exact same product, but some sell them for a higher margin and pay higher commissions to their salespeople. Some pay lower commission or lower product margins and pay lower commissions to their salespeople. And if those are the right companies, they do a lot more volume. So you need to find out what type of salesperson you are, or what type of person you are, and gauge the company that you're going into along those same lines. Learning life skills is very important. Always be learning. Always learning improves our ability to be better people, to be better people in a relationship, better partners, and also to become better employees. And if we do that right, that can make us more valuable to the company, which then leads us to be able to get promotions. Or if your company doesn't believe in promotions, you can move on to another company. Mastering time management can be critical, especially in remote roles. When you don't have supervision, being able to manage your own time, manage yourself, leads to extreme flexibility in your job and trust from your employer, especially when you're hitting all those goals. And if that's the type of role that you're looking for, you need to be a master of your time. And then occasionally taking breaks. Now, the reason I preface it like that is there is a huge problem right now with people looking at their phones all the time during work or taking multiple breaks outside of the work hours. Sure, we need to take the occasional break. When we wrap up a big project, we need to be able to say, okay, I'm just going to take a break for a few minutes. And as long as we're accomplishing our goals, most of our employers are not going to complain about that. But taking breaks is something that we have to be very careful of. So those are the 6 things that Indeed.com came across. The main takeaway that I came up with is when we're working in any type of job, random activity is not necessarily the goal. Being busy, working hard, if it's not done with working smart, is not going to help us or our companies accomplish the goals we're looking for. Make sure you understand what the goals are and make sure you are exceeding those goals. And if you can incorporate any of these other pieces that we talked about in this video, even better. I hope this has been helpful to you. If it has, give us a like down below. If you'd like to see more content like this, consider subscribing to the channel. And if you know someone this may benefit, please do consider sharing. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the next one.